Hello and welcome to the Oak and Lamb YouTube channel. My name is Becca Oaks. I am an owner and craft educator here with Oak and Lamb. Today I am going to teach you how to cut felt using your Explore series Cricut machines. Now, if you are familiar at all with the Explore series machines by Cricut, you know traditionally they say you can only cut felt that is paper thin Cricut felt with your Explore machine. If you're familiar at all with the Explore machines by Cricut, you do know that they traditionally say that you can only cut felt with these machines if it is paper thin felt like the paper thin Cricut felt. However, I want to show you a workaround. So here at Oak and Lamb, we love Benzie felt. Benzie felt is an amazing supplier of felt and embroidery floss and things like that. Go to benziedesigns.com, check it out. They have amazing felts that are wool and wool blend felts, and they are felts that we absolutely love here. They are beautiful. They feel amazing. They have some amazing color palette, color selections already put together for anyone who has a little bit of trouble putting colors together. So if you love felt, if you love crafting with materials and things like that, definitely check it out. But a lot of our viewers are super sad because anytime that we use Benzie felt, they are not able to use it because they have the Explore machines. And in the past, we've said, we're so sorry, you can make this project, but you need a paper thin Cricut felt or something like that in order to do it. However, we're showing you a workaround. We have figured out how to use the Benzie felt with the Explore machines, and I'm really excited to show you how to as well. So the workaround for this is to bond our felt, and we are just going to be using freezer paper to bond our felt today. I'm very excited to show you this method. You can use other things to bond it, but freezer paper is something that we generally have here in the studio, and it's very inexpensive and does a really great job. So grab some freezer paper, and we are also going to be using a strong grip mat today. Now, if you have a fabric grip mat, they are a little bit different. Fabric grip mats are specifically designed for use with fabrics like cotton and cotton poly blends. They have a good tack on them, but the adhesive is specifically designed so that the material won't move around, but it's still easy to remove from the mat. It's not my favorite when I'm using bonded materials because the material isn't what's touching your mat. The bonding material is what's touching your mat. So it doesn't adhere as well to a fabric grip mat as it would a strong grip mat. Strong grip mats are actually intended for use with bonded materials or stiff materials like what we're getting ready to use once it's bonded. So grab a strong grip mat for this. Next, we have our fabric bonded blade, and I want to answer any questions that you might have about this. What is the difference between the fabric bonded blade and the fine point blade? The answer is honestly color. That is it. The blades are the exact same. The housing is the exact same. The only difference is color. And the reason that Cricut did that was so that you can tell the difference in the two. For instance, let's think about this. If we are sewers or sewists, we have craft scissors that we cut cardboard and craft board and cardstock and all different sorts of things like that with. And then we have a pair of scissors that is specifically for fabric. We do not want to use our fabric scissors for other things because it will dull the blade. So we do not want to use our bonded fabric blade for other things because it will dull the blade. And again, the reason they've made them different colors is just so that you can easily identify this as your fabric blade. I also have an easy press mat, and I'm also going to be using the easy press. It will be heated to 400 degrees, and we'll use it for about 30 seconds to adhere our freezer paper to our felt. Other than that, that's all we need to test out this bonded felt hack. Okay, I have my easy press preheated to 400 degrees, and I have my felt here that I'm going to bond. So we'll just grab a piece of freezer paper. And then I'm going to cut this down to about size. I can just lay it on top and grab some scissors to cut it. Now, with the shiny side of the freezer paper on the felt, we're just going to place this down, and then we'll grab our easy press and apply heat and a little bit of pressure for around 30 seconds. Okay, and now you can see this has adhered really well. And before you all start asking, I want to let you know you cannot use wax paper to do this because it does have the wax on both sides. And so the wax paper would stick to your press. You wouldn't want that. You can't use parchment paper because it does not have wax on it at all. You do just need freezer paper for this because it does just have the waxy substance on the one side that adheres to the felt. So as I was saying that, I was just trimming off the excess here. And now what I want to do is grab my strong grip mat and I'm going to place it on the mat with the freezer paper down, just like this. I do want to make sure that it is nice and adhered. If you have a very new strong grip mat, then it will probably adhere without any problems. If you need to, just grab your brayer and bray it on there just to make sure. You definitely don't want this coming up from the mat while it's cutting, because the advantage of having a Maker over the Explorer is that the Maker has the rotary blade, and with the rotary blade, the blade moves like this. And that's how it cuts. It doesn't drag. Because we are using a blade, it will do some dragging when it cuts. And that's why it's important that you have a really strong mat so that it doesn't move on your mat. Over in Design Space, I'm just going to be cutting out this word. In the past, when we have done anything like this, we kind of steered clear of smaller graphics, because the smaller, the more difficult it was to cut out. And so I just wanted to show you this. These letters right here are 2 inches. And so these, the O and the N are even smaller. So we're going to be cutting out some decently small elements with this, and it works really well. I'm going to go ahead and click Make It. And then I'm going to choose that I am using a mat to cut this out. Before I press continue, I do want to point out sometimes I like to move my image down and over just a little bit so that it's not super close to the edges of my material. This just helps with any moving or sliding that could occur. So just move it a tiny bit, then press continue, and we will select our material setting, which is going to be the bonded felt material setting. So let's go to browse all materials and we can type in felt. And we have felt wool bonded. We'll press done. So we'll go ahead and just insert this blade into clamp B. And then we'll insert our mat. And once it's finished measuring the mat, then we'll press our flashing start button. Okay, so I've removed the mat from the machine, and you can see here there is some fuzz on the top. That is totally normal. Like I mentioned earlier, because we are dragging the blade through instead of rolling it like we would with a rotary blade, it is going to create some of this fuzz. It just comes off. You can just pick it off very easily, and it doesn't affect the look of the cutouts. So all we need to do now is just remove this. Look how easy that came off. And then you can remove your felt. You can either pull it up just like I did earlier with the remnants, or you can remove the mat from the felt, either way. Now, as I was pulling this off, this stayed on and the felt went ahead and came off on some of the pieces. That's totally fine. This comes off easily, you can see. And then you have a mat that is saved from felt remnants, so that's nice. But the pieces that the backing did not come off of, you just easily pull them off like this. And you'll throw that backing away. You cannot reuse it. And then you would just use these letters like you would normal felt pieces. Now, I went ahead and made this little project just so that you could see what you could do with these letters. I did make this entire project using the Explore machine. It was very exciting to learn that our members and followers who are users of the Explore series machine can now use the amazing Benzie felt that we love. So I was super excited to be able to teach this to you, and hope that you absolutely love it and the projects that you make with it. Isn't it so exciting to know that you can now create more than you even originally thought using your Explore machine? I'm very excited for you. If you loved this video, if you love finding out new hacks and different things that you can do with your Cricut machine and lots of other crafting areas, then you need to become an Oaken Lamb member. Click the link below, go to our website, find out what we are all about, and join the amazing flock, which is our crafting community here at Oaken Lamb. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you here another day for another video.